When I first got this phone, I was super excited to unbox it because, as you can tell, Tecno collaborated with Transformers on it. So I thought we were going to get a Transformers themed phone. But after unboxing it, I realized I was wrong. Kinda. Now I said kinda because there is actually a Transformers edition of the Spark 30 Pro. I just didn't get that variant. But yeah, there's this, the black one. There's also a white, and then there's the Optimus Prime edition. So if you get the black or white, all you get is a Transformers themed sleeve for the box, and then wallpapers. That's it. But for the Optimus Prime edition, you get a fancy Transformers themed box, you'd get a fancy case, and then the phone gets a fancy Transformers themed design. And of course, it would also get the wallpapers. I've seen the Transformers edition in person, and although it is cool, I actually think I prefer the white. I think that looks the best. Tecno said they collaborated with Transformers on the Spark 30 Pro just to show how tough these phones are. On their social media, you'll see a bunch of videos showing the different tests these phones went through to ensure durability. One of them is the dust and water test. Tecno upped the IP rating from IP53 on the Spark 20 Pro to IP54 on the 30 Pro. So basically, they're just trying to let people know that the Spark 30 Pro is like really durable. That's it for the whole Transformers collab. Now let's talk about the phone. When compared to its predecessor, the Spark 30 Pro has a lot of changes, mostly good changes. For starters, Tecno has finally ditched the triple camera iPhone look. For the Spark 30 series, they went with a circular camera module design. I don't think it's the prettiest design out there, but I definitely prefer it to the iPhone look. Another thing you'll notice that's different is that the power button is just a power button. And that's because the 30 Pro now uses an under-display optical fingerprint reader. I like the positioning, it's pretty easy for me to reach. And then in terms of speed, even though it's not as fast as a physical sensor, I think it's fast enough. You'll also notice that we now have an IR blaster. We first saw it on the Pop 9, then the Spark 30C, so I was kind of expecting to see it here. But yeah, for those who don't know, thanks to the IR blaster, you can use this phone to control some of your appliances at home, like your TV, for example. It's not a feature that you're going to use every single day, but it's one of those features that is just nice to have for when you need to use it. The Spark 30 Pro is also thinner, about 1mm thinner. Sounds small, but when I picked up this phone, I actually noticed that it was slimmer. But yeah, other than the things I mentioned, everything else physically stayed the same. We still get great sounding Dolby Atmos stereo speakers. We still get an SD card and dual nano SIM card slot. We still get just one microphone. And of course, we still get the headphone jack. Overall, I think its design and build quality definitely got an upgrade. The one upgrade that I really wanted to see coming from the Spark 20 Pro was an AMOLED display. Well, the Spark 30 Pro has a 120Hz 1080p AMOLED display. So yeah, they finally upgraded from LCD to AMOLED, which is definitely a big deal. And then when you combine that with the high refresh rate display, everything on this display looks good and feels good. So whether you're scrolling, whether you're gaming, you would benefit from the vivid colors that AMOLED gives you, and then you'd also enjoy a smooth experience. For its processor, Tecno went with the brand new Helio G100 chipset. For a bit of context, the Spark 20 Pro used the Helio G99. So G99 before, now it's G100. Is there a big difference? Not really. The CPU and GPU performance is basically identical. The only real advantage the G100 has over the G99 is its support for a 200 megapixel main camera. Spoiler, the Spark 30 Pro doesn't use a 200 megapixel main camera. So yeah, this phone would give you basically the same experience performance-wise as the 20 Pro. But that's not really a bad thing, because yeah, you would still be able to play all of your favorite games on here at medium graphics settings, at least. And then for all of your other regular phone tasks, this would easily handle them. Okay, now let's talk cameras. Tecno went with a 108 megapixel main camera, just like they did with the 20 Pro. But we then got a downgrade with the selfie camera from 32 megapixels to 13 megapixels. Let's start off with the main camera. Here are a couple pictures I took with it, and I must say, I'm actually impressed with it. I liked how it handled skin tones. I think it did a good job. There's enough detail, the dynamic range is spot on, and most importantly, it was consistent. Like, I could trust it to give me consistently B+ photos, which says a lot. And this was me shooting with the regular 12 megapixel mode. Because again, this has a 108 megapixel sensor, you can actually turn on the 108 megapixel mode. I don't think you'd need to because of the file sizes, but if you wanted to, you can. The selfie cameras, although technically a downgrade, actually did okay as well. I was also pretty satisfied with the quality I got from it. My only complaint would be that sometimes my skin looked like it lacked a bit of saturation. Just a bit. But yeah, other than that, I think it did a pretty good job. Hi, okay, so I'm currently shooting with the front-facing 32 megapixel camera. I'm shooting in 1080p 30 frames per second, even though it can go up to 2K 30 frames per second. But I think this is the best mode to shoot with because, I don't know if you can tell, but it comes with stabilization. So how does the quality look? How stable is the footage? How does it sound? The mic quality? Let me know what you think of the front-facing camera down in the comments. Okay, now we've switched to the rear-facing camera. It can shoot up to 2K 30 frames per second, but I'm currently shooting in 1080p 30 because, again, this mode comes with stabilization, and I think it's the best mode to shoot with. So, again, let me know what you think of the quality. Let me know what you think of stabilization, the sound as well. Let me know what you think of the camera quality down in the comments. As expected, we get a big battery, it's 5000 milliamp hours, and then for charging we get 33 watts. You can expect 6 to 7 hours of screen on time with medium to heavy use, and then you can expect charging to take around an hour and 15 minutes. There are no complaints here. Before we wrap up, I do want to talk a bit about software. The Spark 30 Pro is running iOS version 14.5 based on Android 14. Now, the main reason I wanted to talk about software is because I found AI features on here, and I wasn't expecting to see any. The first one I found was in the Photos app. While I was trying to edit a photo, I was surprised to see the AI eraser feature. I think at this point everyone knows about this, but basically you can use this feature to remove certain objects or people from your photos. So once I saw that, I immediately went to the Notes app to check to see if the AI sketch to image feature was also there. And yeah, it was. You can just draw a rough sketch and the phone would turn it into an actual image. It's not the best in terms of accuracy, but it's still cool that it's here. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that Tecno is adding like AI features to their budget phones. I actually thought they were going to keep these AI features exclusive to their mid-range and flagship devices. But here it is on a budget phone. The Spark 30 Pro starts at 250,000 Naira. When compared to the competition, it's actually cheaper and still gives you a lot of value. The hardware is impressive, the cameras are also impressive, the display finally got AMOLED, so now it competes with the competition, and its battery life too is great. The only downside with this phone is that Tecno hasn't guaranteed that it would get major OS updates. Now, Tecno did come out to sort of guarantee a 5-year lag-free experience, and I believe they're going to push out security updates to ensure that. But they haven't come out to promise major OS updates. If you're the type of person that wants that, then of course, this is a drawback. But if you're not, then this is fine. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Tecno Spark 30 Pro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you when you see me.